I'm seeing the world so differently now, just in these last 2 years, which I'm sure a lot of the audience is as well. I question everything, dude. And I don't claim to be right on anything. I just say, my problem is I opened up Pandora's box and I just have more questions than answers, and I'm just bringing it to my audience.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Oto Gomes Crypto Show. My name is Oto Gomes. I'm your host, and today we have a true OG of the truth community, David Nino Rodriguez. Once a top 10 feared and ferocious 36-0 heavyweight boxing contender and champion, David has now decided to turn into a different fighting arena, becoming a full-time truther and podcaster. David pulls no punches, and I go straight for the jugular. So make sure to check out his best-selling book, When the Lights Go Out, on Amazon, and also check out ninoscorner.tv. Ladies and gentlemen, David Nino Rodriguez. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Oto Gomes Crypto Show. My name is Oto Gomes. I'm your host. And today we have a true OG of truth. David Nino Rodriguez, my brother. How are you today?
I'm already an OG. It's only been like a year.
Dude, these last 2 years feel like a decade, so it might as well be.
Dude, no bullshit on that. It does. It feels like we're already in World War III. I mean, how did that happen already? Man, we went from Trump being president to COVID to now World War III. This is great, record timing.
Literally. I mean, I've never, I saw a meme recently that 90s babies have been through Y2K, 9/11. I mean, what else? The collapse, right? The real estate market collapsing, and now COVID. I mean, who knows what else happened?
And more to come.
Yeah,
much more to come.
It's
the whole world is completely shifting and changing right now. This is the whole reason for World War III is who's going to control the shift.
Ooh, who's going to control the shift? This dude speaks the truth.
I've been bringing it on there, man. I mean, listen, I got a lot of opposing opinions on there, but my job, the way I look at it, my job is not everyone can agree, right? I mean, it's one of those things where we got to dissect information from everybody. I just had Patrick Berge on, and he's basically throwing General Flynn under the bus. But hey, we all in order to discover the truth, we got to lift all the rocks up. I mean, we can't leave anything untouched. So I bring it all, man.
And that's what I love about you. You bring this, I don't want to say brashness or rawness, but it's this ability to be open to any perspective. Like, hey, if you disagree with me, great.
This is a fake world, right? Look at Instagram. Look at all the stuff we're inundated with daily. Got to bring something real to people because every day we're just flooded with this fake bullshit. All of us, every day. Everyone's posting their relationships on Instagram. Everyone's looking at themselves singing songs, lip singing songs, doing movie lines. It's bullshit. It's all day bullshit. And I'm here to bring some truth and some raw, blunt force trauma. That's it.
Raw, blunt force trauma. I love it. And that's what's so great about your perspective, because it comes in direct. Like, here it is. Here's the information. You don't have to agree, but here it is. So I really want to know your journey a little bit to this point. So tell me a little bit about your life and what happened during those years of boxing, and specifically what was that moment for you that really shifted you out of the matrix? Like, what was a red pill moment?
I'm going to be honest, man. Ever since I was a kid, I saw through the whole paradigm of bullshit. I never conformed. Dead serious, man. I was bullied as a kid. That's what the book When the Lights Go Out is about. It's about being bullied, and then how that I was bullied into champion. I became a hell of a fighter because I carried so much animosity and frustration and insecurity, now that I look back on it, that it made me a great fighter. But to be honest with you, ever since day one in school, I just looked at things so differently than other students. And I knew my path was not to, and just to be clear here, I didn't finish school. I got my GED, generic equivalency diploma, but but I just felt like it wasn't my calling. It just I wanted to be a fighter. I knew what my heart wanted. I don't think enough people follow their heart. I just don't think so. I think you've got to be tough to follow your heart because you're going to take a lot of hits, but it's worth it in the end, man. It's worth it in the end. Be who you want to be, follow your dream. Not many people. That's why this whole socialist thing is so appealing to all the failures. Because think about it.
It's easier not to take responsibility.
It's easier just to say, let's all just drop the bar, be mediocre, not do shit. And, you're following your dream. You want money. You want to do well for yourself. How dare you?
How dare you take away from the government's ability to provide?
We should all be the same. It's horrible. Never mind that God put us all here to be unique and different, and have our own aspirations and follow our dreams. Socialism kills the soul, kills the human endeavor. That's what that does. It's not about being a good Christian and everyone deserves this. No. It's about killing the human endeavor. What makes us powerful? If we all realize our own power, this world would change immediately, let me tell you. But unfortunately, everyone, what they're being taught and conditioned in school, you got these liberal professors, all these people teaching how it's just good to just be right here. And nobody needs to be out there. Nobody needs to strive for excellence. It's a thing of the past.
That's such a real statement, what you said there. It's almost as if like there's comfort, right? There's comfort in not having to take on that responsibility, to have someone step in and take care of you like a little baby and caress you and make
from
you
the cradles to the grave. And who's going to do that better? The government.
Exactly. So what was it for you that snapped you out of that? Like, was there any moment? I know you mentioned that you've kind of been going it since childhood, but like, you went into boxing and you were going down that road of being a successful champion at boxing. So what happened? What happened that you were like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta do something different.
Well, I've always been a truther my whole entire life, especially after watching 9/11. I was one of the few people that was watching it in real time going, I think I saw that in Las Vegas when they used to bring down buildings. And, and then I started going down the rabbit hole even deeper. And then, dude, that's another whole story right there. But that's for another show. But boxing to me was just where I could I always had a lot of anxiety and frustration and just fucking mad at the world. And I had to take it out in the ring. The only place I could really find peace is centered and feel centered is when I was training 8 hours a day. Because my mind was just so out there, man. I just couldn't contain it. I had to be out there training, fighting, then party, train. And then towards the end of my career, all I wanted to do was party because I grew out of my boxing. I was just and then the truthing stuff started coming in when I retired from boxing. I had a long, extensive career, about 15 years of professional fighting. And then the truth being what we call now in the movement, the truther, happened by an accident. It was that viral video I made, just having a cup of coffee in my backyard about talking about kids in tunnels and Trump and what's going on through the data and people that I know in the Hollywood scene, and and I know some very credible people, and I just kind of just talked about it nonchalant, like kind of whatever, and then that video just took off and went viral. So I kind of got thrown into this. Now it was either I embrace it or I run from it. I could have just been like, oh, this is too much, it's scary, I don't want to do nothing, but that's not me. I'm a fighter. I have a backbone, and I felt like God gave me this moment to capture it. If I was socialist, I would have bowed down and just said, "Oh,
yeah," which a lot of people did. A lot of people did.
Yeah, no, I said no. Let's go for it. And so I prayed about it quite extensively. I prayed a lot. I didn't know what to do, and I felt fear. I felt scared. I was like, man, I really hit the beehive with this one, or the wasp nest. I really smacked it hard with that stick, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in the pocket and see this to the end. And that's what I did. I started going on shows like yours and like other people's and doing my own stuff on Instagram. Let me tell you the most terrifying thing for me, what it was. You want to know what it was? The most terrifying thing for me was when that viral video hit, and I didn't know. I wasn't out looking for a viral video. I didn't do anything like that. That's not what I was trying to do. I was just having a Facebook Live moment, and I thought I'd get 5,000 views, 10,000 views, like I always do. It's nothing big. The scariest moment for me was when my phone kept running out of battery because of the bling, 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 and vibrations of how fast my Twitter account was taking off, and how fast my Instagram account was taking off, and how fast my Facebook was taking off, and all the other platforms. My phone I could not put it down. It would literally vibrate off the desk. And that was for about a week straight, bro. Wow. Like not one night or 2 nights. This was, and I got so friggin' terrified because I was like, oh boy, I'm in it now. Like the topic that I covered was bad, and I'm like, shit. I'm dead. I'm dead, dude. Like I was like, that was really, I didn't know how I was gonna handle it. I didn't know what kind of press I was gonna get. But I just, dude, all I did was pray to God. I knelt before God and prayed every day. And during that time of all that happening for me, my dad was in the hospital, and he was getting a heart valve transplant, and I thought I was going to lose my dad. So all this shit was happening at the same time. And then COVID hits, and I couldn't go see my dad in the hospital. I mean, it was bad. And this whole time I was still sober, and I am still sober now, but talk about being tested, bro. Talk about being tested.
Wow. Yeah. I can only imagine being in that situation where, you say something and then there's an attraction, there's a magnetism to that. And it's like, let me go back and see exactly what I said.
Dude, I tried to delete the video, everything, nothing worked. I was like, it's already too late.
Oh yeah. Once you upload anything to the internet, it is forever.
Oh, I know, it's gone, man. Yeah.
So 2020 hits, that happens, and you're like, you know what? I got to step into this power. I got to step into this. You said you have a backbone. Backbone for physical fighting. This is like a backbone for spiritual fighting.
100%. This is way different. Yeah.
Yeah. So I share just a little bit about that. Like how was it different for you? And did you have to deal with like the censorship and the hate? I mean, how was that for you?
Well, first of all, the censorship was bad for everybody for a moment there. Like that's when they knocked off Trump from Twitter. They were knocking off everybody. Everyone was getting deplatformed, kicked off. I can't believe they didn't kick me off. I'm like, am I not good enough?
I said the same. I was like, who do I have to piss off at the IG overlord table there to get banned? What the heck?
Exactly, man. I'm like, damn, I don't get my badge of courage. I don't get my stripes. But I don't know, man. I just, I honestly, during that whole time, I thought any day was going to be my last day on Twitter. And I was totally fine with it, to be honest with you. I was like, if they get me off, I don't give a shit. I'll go back to my life and just be at peace. I wouldn't even try to come back. I was just like, because I was just that ready. I was like, I'll leave it up to God. Whatever happens, man. And I did get bombed off Facebook, though. The minute I had Liz Crokin on talking about pederasties, boom, they bomb me. No appeal, nothing. They just shows you who they are, right? Mm-hmm. Talk about pedophiles and you get bombed. It's crazy. So that happened, and I don't know. I just kind of I lasted that first assault. I lasted through that storm, and I got through it. And I just kind of navigated with my. I still have a YouTube channel, which is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And I set up when all this was happening, when all this chaos was happening. That's when I set up Nino's Corner.tv. Because I wanted a safe space to go to where I could say what I want to say. And my audience was growing. So a lot of people went over to Nino's Corner.tv. But I leave, what I figured out was I leave my YouTube or my fluff tube. I walk a fine line. I don't go full retard. I just have to walk
that was good. That's good. That's what it is.
I just walk a fine line, and I make hand signals. Like everyone knows what that is. Stuff like that, to where AI can't really get me, but I'm still walking a really fine line. I don't know. And but all my fringe content, I just figured out a formula. All my fringe content goes on Nino's Corner.tv, and all my fluff tube stuff goes on YouTube. And I just funnel people back and forth because that's all I can do. I got to have my safe space. I don't want to be, I want a place where I can be unapologetic. I don't want to apologize. I don't want to be like Rogan and start apologizing to people. Fuck that. I'm going to be who I am and be how I want to be. When you come to my house, it's my rules.
I love that. I'm actually going to write this down because I'm trying to figure out myself. I've had so many issues with AI trying to stop me here on Instagram.
Take every platform for what it is. Like Twitter, yeah. I use that to just put some bullshit up here and there, funny shit, whatever. Getter, you can get more serious on Getter. Telegram, you can, from what I see, you can post anything on Telegram.
That's my go-to for anything.
Yeah. So just use each platform for what it's there for. Instagram, shallow, surface level bullshit. Fucking, you want to look at yourself on your phone, make the duck face, whatever. Do that on Instagram. Instagram's disgusting to me. I hardly ever even go on it anymore. There's nothing of value or substance I even want to see on there. I don't give it. I mean, how many fucking chicks can you look at on Instagram showing their ass with a spiritual quote at the bottom or a Bible verse or what it takes to be strong? You know, it's a bunch of fucking garbage, dude. And I don't care to look at it. I mean, I like looking at a nice ass every now and then. That's no lie. But the spiritual quotes and the Bible verses.
Say that's what you're doing. Say you're showing me your ass. Don't
say what you're doing. I like showing my ass. Yeah. Give me a like if you like my ass. Don't sit there and throw a Bible verse up after you share your fucking ass where we can see some of your vag. I'm just saying. And then you got, I don't know. I can go all day for that one. I can go all day on that one. But we're just living in such a fake society now. It's disgusting. No wonder they're able to do what they're doing. No wonder they're able to steal our country because everyone gives more shit, gives a bigger shit about what they look like with their fucking filters on Instagram than anything else. It's absolute insanity and it's lunacy. It's fucking crazy. Sorry. I mean, I can't imagine. Sorry. I mean, I'm just saying, I can't imagine today, like, oh, how'd you meet your mom? Or how did you meet your dad? Oh, we met on Instagram. You should have seen the picture of her ass on there. It was amazing. She was getting so many likes. And so was I. I was showing my abs. And I was on there showing my abs. And she was showing her ass. And we connected. We had kids. And it's happy ever since. Bullshit.
And the little kid's like, all right, Grandpa, I'm going to go back.
Yeah, that's a great story, Grandpa. Great story. It's crazy.
Okay, so
it's fucking crazy. I'm the one that looks insane.
I have to ask then your perspective on this, the metaverse. So what do you think what's the goal here? What are they trying to do?
Oh, they're trying to lock you into an alternate reality because this reality is going to suck so fucking bad because the New World Order wants to take over everything we do, that they want to trap you into an alternate reality. Talk about taking everything away from God. That's what that is. Taking everything away, that you don't even want to exist in this reality anymore. You're going to just go to your computer, put your little fucking headset on, play in this little fake reality where nothing even matters, and neglect the true reality, neglect the true connection to God and family and friends. It's crazy. I'm not going to be a part of that madness.
Yeah, I would have to agree, man. There's definitely a plan to use the metaverse as an escapism. So they're pushing like, hey, get away from real world, go. But I never heard your perspective on it in that way, where it's like that's essentially what they're doing with the real world. They're destroying it. They're making it
100%
unlivable. So people go,
unlivable. Look every day up in the sky. There's chemtrails everywhere. Dude, they're killing our planet. They're killing us. There's no time to be like pussyfoot around this shit, man. Like, I don't know, it's a conspiracy. You better wake up. Because that's what they're doing. They're killing us. And everything, our environment, everything. They blame climate change. No, bullshit. They're killing us with chemtrails, HARP. Just look into it. I'm crazy because I research. Wow.
Yeah, I always tell people, it's like, I'm a conspiracy analyst.
Right, there you go.
A person that researches conspiracies.
Right. And I mean, that word conspiracy, they put such a derogatory context to it. It's like saying, I think, therefore I'm crazy. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts, man. Everyone wants to be a part of the herd. Everyone wants to be a sheep. I'm telling everyone, break the fuck out of it. Wake up. Come to your senses. Come to your power. We're all so powerful. The minute each of us wakes up, they have no control anymore. They have no more control. It's a little group of people controlling the whole fucking planet, and the way they do it is with your MSM. Anybody who works for the news, anchors out there, I'm looking at you and I'm blaming you. You're a piece of shit, and you're knowingly a piece of shit. You're gonna go to hell. I'm done with this shit, dude. Like, what they're doing to society, how they're playing this out. You got the mouthpieces up there bringing you the news. They're garbage. They're garbage. either wittingly or unwittingly, they're pushing an agenda to you to control humanity and take us all to hell. Bottom line, I'm sorry I'm being so upfront and blunt and forthcoming on this stuff, but there's no time anymore. We're already in World War III, man. We're here. I don't know how we're going to get out of this.
That's actually a good segue. So, in the beginning, I remember when we first started all this, I feel like we were both kind of just trying to figure things out. Both you and I, we both did interviews with like Charlie Ward and David Robert Steele, rest his soul, and all the people that have now become kind of like leaders in this movement. So, and especially Juan O'Savin. So, has your perspective shifted from that initial phase where we were getting all of these like rumors and research, about the 17 movement? I don't want to say it because of AI. And Trump fighting for us and all of that. So if you can share just a little bit of what your
it's I mean, we're in it now, dude. We're in the shit show. Like we thought we were in the shit show before. I don't, even if though I believe in a plan, I believe in the good guys, I believe in the white hats, all that stuff, but it's going to get very bad. It's going to get bad. And when I say that, I mean it as, 107 always talks about a near-death experience. Well, we're here, and it's going to get worse. And what I mean by worse is we are potentially going to have a nuclear showdown. You got to understand, these are psychopaths. This is a scorched earth policy. They want everyone gone. 13 out of 14 people gone, and the ones that are left over, they want to be a very good, well-managed society that they can control with AI, mind you. AI, a socialist utopia, right? And that's what they want. And these psychopaths are going to stop at nothing to do this. So it's like, we are there now. So this it's kind of like playing chess. And like, I can't remember the comedian that said this, but maybe it was George Carlin. I can't remember. But anyway, it's like playing chess with somebody and they just go, boom. They just knock over the chessboard and say, we win, I win. And you're like,
what are you talking about?
That's what they're doing right now. Yeah. They couldn't beat us. They tried Trump. They went after Trump. People woke up. Massive amounts of people woke up. Then they did the whole COVID thing, and now that's falling apart. So now plan C, World War III. And this is going to keep escalating, man. I don't see, this is where, like, now I can't figure it out. Like, I don't know what's going to happen from here, dude. It's really up to God now. This is the time you give it to God, because I actually thought we had a chance before this. But now, dude, we're in it. Like, this is bad. And people who are removed from reality or don't understand what's going on,
they're just riding the wave. They're just in the fear, riding that wave.
Maybe that's what I need to do, bro. Maybe I need to just shut this all off, walk away from it, and just enjoy my life, because it's frustrating, dude.
What would you say? Because I always say that if you moving forward in this reality, the best way is to know the why of why things are, right? The past, like why how do we get to this point? So, in your perspective, why did they do all this? Why the scorched earth destruction? Is it a
because
plan? Yeah.
Well, we're going towards a great reset, and they want to start over. And I think it has to do with, and this is just an opinion, I think it has to do with certain cycles. You got to remember, these people are pagan sun worshipers. Okay, they're fucking Satanists, and they look at everything as a shift or a coming of a cycle or an ending of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle. So everything that's happening right now is to them very cyclical, and to control the next energy shift, they need to control the narrative. They need to take control of the agenda, the whole thing. And that's where we're at right now. And I think the Indians have said it before, and I don't know if it's the Hopis, but I think we're in the 5th cycle or something like that along those lines. People can fact check me. I may be wrong on that. Wouldn't be the first time, but it's something along those lines. And I believe that's where we're at right now, in a coming of an age, right? And what they want to do is, there's too many people on this planet, according to them. So take them out. Take out all competition. They already have a technocracy that they need. So they don't need people anymore. They don't need your money. They already have the power. They don't need you working to pay taxes and doing any of that. They already have a system in place that's going to take care of all that. And you'll be born into a job, and you'll be born into a system that they give to you, that you qualify for. No more God, no more living to your greatest abilities. Never mind the human endeavor, the human spirit going for your dream. You'll be born like a robot into what you can do for them. That's how this is going to work out if they get their way. And that's what the fight is right now. What I'm saying sounds so batshit crazy, and that's why people don't look into it or they dismiss it, because it is batshit crazy. These people are batshit crazy.
That's good. Exactly. Yeah. It sounds crazy because it fucking is. These are psychopaths.
Because it is.
Because it is. I agree. I have to agree with that. I know you spoke about it in a little bit more spiritual way, and I totally align with that explanation. But even on a more practical way, you can look this stuff up, that we are individually, like our bodies, we are the assets. We are the assets. And if the physical body is already the asset, like we're born in this reality, and we're given that birth certificate that represents the connection to that trust, all that stuff. So if the physical is already enslaved, what's the next thing that needs to be enslaved? Is your spirit.
There
yes. You go. And that's what's happening right here. We're in a major fight war for the human spirit, for the drive, for the passion, for what you said, a backbone. They're trying to like rip it all out.
They want to take all that away from us.
Yeah.
And they are doing that. What do you think this whole mask thing was? 6 feet of distancing. What do you think that was? Wake up. That's to disconnect you from humanity, man. To me, it's an easy conditioning process. It's an easy conditioning process. You do that, what is it, 21 days to break a habit or form a new habit? It's like,
yeah, it's like
there's people already. I mean, there are people right now
yeah.
with Stockholm syndrome, dude. When I look at these people walking around with masks on, and I just look at them, I'm like, you are still captive. Like they don't want to break out of it. You cannot, and they will die. They will go down in flames till they're blue in the face to prove that they are right. So they will continue to wear they will continue to perform this theater. I see people running in the park with a mask on. I mean, idiots, dude. Just like
driving in their car with the mask on still. I'm like,
that's horrible.
We're
no
700
thought at all
days.
in your mind, like what this might be about. It's crazy.
Even the DeSantis, he walked into that room with all the kids, and he was like, "Hey, rip that off! This is ridiculous. What are you doing?" And this one,
and
kid
then I think the one kid with the mask on that kept it on. He was like, "Oh, I even told his mom," and they're like making a big deal out of it. It's like, what a tool bag.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of again, it goes back to what I've been saying a lot in my interviews, is that there's a divide. There's two types of people now. You have this one type which is deeper and deeper into the fear every day, just getting more and more afraid, more and more reactive, and then the other people are like, I'm out.
Yeah, done.
I'm out.
Yeah, like two realities existing at once. It is simultaneous. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that video. I just put it up on Telegram. This is totally off a subject, but I kind of think it could be real. There's the Berenstein book, the Berenstein Bears. They're talking about the what's it called?
It's not an E, but an I.
Berenstein.
Yeah.
Well, this guy has it on, and whether either has some really great technology on him or it's real. He's walking into his room, and it changes from Berenstein to Berenstein, and then he walks back out, and then Berenstein walks in, just like a dimensional shift. Now, I don't know if this video is real, but it makes you think. It makes you think, and it's worth watching. It's on my Telegram, Nino's Corner. Go check it out. It's friggin' crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't put it back. I mean, I've seen enough experiments that have been done with the Hydrogen Collider and
what's it called? What's it called? The effect,
what?
Man, I'll think of it, but it's the Mandolin effect or something. It's the
the Schroders box or the
something.
Schrodinger's cat.
No. I forgot. Oh well.
But interdimensional.
All it's showing is a glitch in the system.
Yeah.
That even our reality is a matrix. This whole thing that we think we're part of, it's just, to me, I question all of it. I question all of it. I almost think like the deep state and the AI they're bringing into the reality now, into our life, is a program within a program within a program within a program to keep us more and more and more captive, and from our sovereign self, free spirit. It's like it's a program within a program within a program within a program.
I would actually say 100% that's the truth. I would say that what they've been doing, because Elon Musk actually said this, his biggest fear for the end of the world is the singularity. It's not like an asteroid, it's not a tsunami, anything like that. It's the singularity. And what I think that actually means is what literally what you just said, where they compound on the AIs and create filters. So then they're like filtering words, filtering sentences, whatever, to the point where the AI is now kind of compounding on itself. It's kind of like deciding on itself what to filter.
Exactly.
And so essentially we're not going to be able to say anything on
nothing. And I think that's what ultimately traps your soul and stops you from ever becoming an eternal soul again. It's
when you don't have a voice. When you don't have a voice.
It's a trap within a trap within a trap within a trap. Dude, I'm seeing the world so differently now just in these last 2 years, which I'm sure a lot of the audience is as well. I question everything, dude. I don't claim to be right on anything. I just say, my problem is I opened up Pandora's box and I just have more questions than answers, and I'm just bringing it to my audience because, I'm wrong. I could be wrong 50-50, sometimes maybe more than that. I don't know, but at least I have questions. And I'm just looking for answers, dude. And I'm guilty even at one time from moving the goalposts back because I really thought, bro, I'll be honest with you, I really thought the military would have stepped in a long time ago, but we're here now. We're in World War III. So I've been wrong. I've been wrong on a few things, but I'm not scared to admit that. I just want to find truth. That's it.
And that's the difference between you and I believe anybody else that is like speaking, maybe not anybody else, but the people that are in mainstream at least, where they won't speak the truth because they're afraid of the repercussions of being wrong. And you're like, dude, we're speaking truth because that's my
whole life has been wrong.
I can relate. So I don't want to keep on the doom and gloom, and we have a little bit left here. So I kind of want to shift a little bit the energy and look at maybe solutions or, a little bit of crypto talk, if we can include it in here. So first of all, what is your perspective on crypto? Just so I can kind of.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know much about it. I know I've been told different things about Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, all this stuff. Me personally, I invested in XRP. And I have two of them. Bitcoin and XRP are the two I put in money into. I feel it's like gambling. It's anyone's best guess. But the two that are strong, the one that's strong obviously is Bitcoin. And then you got XRP, which I hear is going to take off in the future. And it's all hearsay as far as I know, but I'll take the chance. I'll gamble a little bit with it. So I guess if you like gambling, play crypto. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. I'm the wrong guest to have on your show if you think I have any kind of really educated opinion on this.
No. I interviewed all different types of guests, and I always like to ask, what their perspective is and like what they see in it. And I also like to offer one shift in that perspective if I can. So if I can offer a perspective shift to you,
sure.
This is what it is. I would invite you to look at it more as a paradigm shift than another asset class to trade in.
Okay.
What's really happening here is sort of like a stepping away from somebody needing to lose for you to win, right? That's the whole paradigm of trading, of even really capitalism in general, right? And capitalism in general, when you're creating a product or a service, you're taking away from somebody else benefiting from that customer. So there is, and literally the entirety of our ecosystem of capitalism, it's this divisive, tense, somebody needs to lose for me to win system. And I believe that's on purpose so that the people in power can keep control, because divisiveness is easier to control.
Yeah, that's why they're bringing in the Great Reset.
Right. And they're trying to shift it all. Crypto is sort of like flipping it on its head. It's kind of giving us back that power to have our finances with us. And so it's sort of like shifting away from the divisiveness to how can we all make money together online without these third parties, without other people, just between us. right?
Right.
And so I've been trying to kind of like really share a different way of doing crypto, where it's like not the trading. The trading is great. That's going to happen. You know, it's a tool. So both good and evil are going to come in and use it. But the true reason, like the function of it, is to give us that sovereignty, to give us the ability to disconnect. And I even called it recently, instead of looking at it a monetary system, it's really a bartering system. That's all it is. It's a bartering system of skills.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to just kind of share a different perspective.
I'm still kind of, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because I probably need to research more onto it. I'm researching more, deep state propaganda and stuff like that, so I can do it for my show. I need to look more into crypto, though. I really do, and I'm guilty of that. I need to look more into it. Get
me on your episode. Get me on your podcast. We'll talk crypto for hours.
I will, absolutely. We'll do that. And you'll talk about crypto. And you bring in all the expertise you have, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure. No.
Cool, man. I appreciate you taking the time and connecting with me and just chatting and connecting again. Is there I always like to leave the last word to the interview. If you want to give like a piece of advice or plug something at the end here, take the show.
Yeah. Wake up. We're here. So get your, start stocking, prepping, get involved in crypto, whatever you got to do. Start making that, because we're making that shift, folks. We are making that shift. So don't be left behind. That's all I can say. Do whatever you need to do to prepare, because we're in it now, and it's only going to escalate from here. And I hate to be a fear monger or anything like that. No, it's just reality. It's just where we are at. And I don't think this is going to fizzle out anytime soon. I think it's going to come to a head, and anyone's best guess. So prepare accordingly.
Prepare for anything, let go of expectations.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Cool, man. I appreciate it, David. You're the man. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And always remember to gamify your abundance. Wow, what an amazing, amazing time with David Nino Rodriguez. He's a true OG when it comes to truth. I remember when we first connected, he shared just his journey about coming out of boxing and going through a traumatic experience. I wish he would have shared a little bit more about that. But once he shared that initially in our first conversation, I was like, oh, this dude gets it. He gets it. He's been through that darkness, the dark night of the soul, enough to see the light for what it is. So if you want to really dive in deeper with David, make sure you check out ninoscorner.tv. He has a monthly subscription, $3.99 a month, I believe. And he interviews a ton of people that are really, have their finger on the pulse when it comes to current events and what's happening in this reality. And of course, if you want to know more about crypto and dive deeper into that and how and what that perspective that I share with David really means about looking at it as a form of community building, of making money with your friends instead of the divisive, toxic capitalism that we experience in this reality. Make sure you check out my course, otogomes.live/crypto made easy, crypto-made-easy. And that you get all the information you want there. There's 8 hours of content that you cannot lose yourself into, or you can lose yourself into if you really want to. So make sure to take a look at that. Follow the button below. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you smash that follow button. If you're on Instagram, like button, save it, share it. We want to get this information out there. The more people that understand how good crypto is and what it can do for our reality, the easier it is for us to disconnect and create our own little sovereign ecosystems. And always remember to gamify your abundance. Love you guys.